Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Surprise, surprise, we've got even more new updates currently live in Black Ops 6 and Warzone, new announcements and insights into some upcoming updates and a few other things going on that I don't want you guys to miss out on. So quite a few new details, new updates to dive into here today. Something that we've actually been talking about over the course of the past few days is a pretty significant issue going on with zombies. If you've been attempting to play some zombies here in Black Ops 6 since the launch of season 3, you could be encountering an issue that quite literally doesn't let you play the game. This lost connection to host/server error has been popping up a ton when attempting to load into zombies matches, and this has been ongoing, like I said, since the very start of season 3. A few days back, COD Updates posted giving out a new PSA saying essentially we're still looking into this, we're working on a fix here, it should be out ASAP. And later on yesterday afternoon, we ended up getting an official update for this. So they say this issue has now been resolved for zombies players. So if you're trying to level up some weapons, grind out some zombies, camos, whatever the case is, maybe just play the game, do the Easter eggs, anything like that, you can now do so without the worry of running into this connection issue that's basically been plaguing gameplay for the past week or so. So definitely some great news there to start things off. We've also got a slight update over in Black Ops 6 multiplayer based around ranked play. They do say that barrage and grind have been added to the ranked play competitive map rotation in specific modes for a new map evaluation, where essentially throughout ranked play they go through, they test maps, they see how the community and the pros react to them being in the ranked play pool, and then they decide if they want to have them in the CDL rotation for the upcoming majors. So now going forward, if you are playing BO6 ranked play, control is going to be on barrage, as is hard point. Then also grind is going to have a hard point rotation available as well. So you'll notice some change ups there as you are going throughout your matches this season. Nice to have these little shakeups. Feels like it keeps the gameplay fresh season to season and reset to reset. We also finally have a new acknowledgement of a pretty obnoxious issue going on in game right now. I've seen you guys commenting about this a ton, and it seems like this is sort of a compound issue just with loadouts in general right now in Warzone physically being bugged when you go through and you actually interact with them and try and get your loadout. So COD Updates also recently posted this saying, within Warzone, we are now investigating an issue causing players to receive default primary and secondary weapons when attempting to equip a custom loadout. So you'll drop into a game, you go over to your loadout drop marker, you're trying to select your HDR and your AMAX build or whatever the case is, right? And you grab it, and it gives you an XM4 and like a basic pistol, like the 9mm PM or whatever, right? It gives you a completely default class setup, and you don't get any of your custom stuff. As I said, this is now another additional issue on top of loadouts not currently functioning as intended in game somehow. If we jump on over to the Warzone Trello, we can see they've actually added several new cards here, and some of them sort of coincide with other issues that are largely impacting gameplay here in some pretty drastic ways. As we are going through all the details with this and then some of the other new things to look out for as well. Quick reminder, if you want to make sure that every single day you're in the know for all things going on in COD, this is the place to be. So feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. Every single day we are climbing closer and closer to reaching 1 million subscribers. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, a like rating is always seriously appreciated, as it does really help share the video around to new viewers. Of course, end goal here, keep as many players as possible informed with the latest info. But as you can see, this card is now listed on the Trello, investigating the loadout thing, where it's resetting your loadouts and giving you default stuff. But we also have this other ongoing issue with loadouts right now, where your loadouts are actually resetting, they're not saving. So if you customize, hey, I'm going to use an AK and a C9 here, then an HDR and a KSV in my second loadout, then you go and you drop into a game, you'll notice that you play that match through and you play another match, those loadouts won't save. It might reset to an XM4 and a pistol, it might reset to a default sniper and an old loadout you were using. There is actually a workaround with that they've already talked about. We've covered this before previously. When you go through, you build out your ideal loadouts, you choose what you want to drop into a game with, and then you reset your game and it'll save going forward. But now, in addition to this issue sometimes persisting until you do that full reset and then it saves going forward, you now can jump in and potentially get the wrong loadout entirely. So hopefully they get this one fixed ASAP, because obviously if you're playing to get your loadout, you drop in and it doesn't give you the loadout you want, it gives you a default one, you're losing at that point, right? It's a tough situation there. They have also added a few other things that we'll see updated and we'll see fixed here in the coming days as well. They say we are investigating an issue preventing some calling card challenges from completing properly in Battle Royale casual, so the tracking is just a little bit wonky there. Casual, by the way, fantastic mode for grinding because you can get camo challenges done there, level up your weapons, and then you're supposed to be able to do the other challenges as well. Just for whatever reason, right now, there are some specific bugs going on with calling cards. And then also, they are investigating another issue with the actual loadout drop markers, where players can get stuck when you attempt to access a loadout. If you happen to close it instantaneously, like when you hold to open it, if you start to hold it, but then you stop, maybe you're getting shot at, maybe you're trying to reposition to avoid getting shot at, and you start to open it, and then you stop right away, it'll actually freeze your game, and then you can't play at all, right? So definitely an ongoing issue there that is very, very impactful to gameplay. Luckily, it is really hard to cancel those loadouts at that precise timing. Like, you have to be very, very deliberate with that. However, it's still a significant issue. So the actual loadouts themselves, the loadout drops themselves, are very broken right now, and hopefully all of these issues surrounding them are updated here in the near future. Obviously, once we do see updates and fixes for these pushed out, or they give us additional information, I'll be sure to keep you guys in the loop. Also, for what it's worth, while we're talking Trello board updates, the Black Ops 6 and global Trello has seen a few updates as of late that I figure might as well give you guys the information too. A few of these fixes scheduled overdue from being updated, push over into the Resolve tab. You may recall we got some surprise double patch notes the other day, and that addressed things like the Nomad minimap issue, some issues with some mastery camo tracking, things going on in zombies with the Shattervale Easter egg, and some of the zombies and their interactions on that map. That stuff has already been fixed according to those previous patch notes. They do still have a fix scheduled listed for the Terminator skin being nerfed, because as you may recall, the previous nerf to it didn't really change all that much, so I imagine this one maybe stays on this Trello for an extended period of time as they do even more adjustments to make it more visible. And they also are still working on an update. They have an update ready, they just can't push it out yet for the slide to prone behavior not functioning as intended. But also, they're now investigating an issue with ranked play, where SR updates might not appear on the ranked play menus as expected when you complete a match or when you log in initially there. So there are some visual bugs going on with that as well. And yet again, we've got post-edit Zach here, because once more, in the middle of editing this video, getting ready to render it out, and COD Updates has dropped some new details with some new updates that are now live. First up, they did drop a fix that was briefly preventing players from launching Call of Duty on Battle.net. It was doing the same bug it was back on the first day of season 3 here, where it just would not launch at all. Told you to scan and repair, then that wouldn't fix it, but that only happened for like 5-10 minutes, and then they resolved that pretty quick. So good news there. Then we do also have a slight Warzone playlist update today, in which they've added back Resurgence Duos. So it's still going to be the same playlist we had all throughout this past week. However, with the addition of duos now available for some Rebirth gameplay, if you're interested in that. And then another little public service announcement I wanted to make sure was out there so you guys could take advantage of it. There is now a brand new Game Pass pack available for Call of Duty, which is kind of interesting because a little while back we got, actually to our surprise, some PlayStation Plus packs, which we just assumed weren't going to be a thing anymore after the full-on Microsoft acquisition happened for Call of Duty, of course, and Xbox and Activision, Blizzard, and King and everything. They're all being merged now, right? You know, Phil Spencer specifically said there's not going to be in-game exclusive content to one platform anymore. And then a few months later, you know, in a Black Ops 6, we see, oh, there's a PlayStation Plus pack. Thought this wasn't going to be a thing anymore. That's odd. Well, now the same PlayStation Plus packs are now Xbox Game Pass packs. So the first Warzone Game Pass pack is now available if you have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, and then also if you are a PC Game Pass member. As Charlie Intel reports here, this was the same PlayStation Plus pack that members got back in February. And this essentially just includes the Bloodletting and then also the Jungle Trooper bundles that were in the game previously. So that it comes with 2 operator skins, 3 blueprints, 2 animated emotes, weapon charm, weapon reticle, emblem, loading screen, 2 stickers, then 2 double weapon XP tokens and 2 base XP tokens, and a partridge and a pear tree as well. So it's basically just giving you free bundles here if you are a Game Pass subscriber, either for Game Pass Ultimate or Game Pass PC. Always try and keep you guys in the loop if there are bonus bundles or bonus content you can take advantage of for specific scenarios like this. But that being said, that is going to wrap things up for this one. Those are all of the new updates that are now out within Warzone and Black Ops 6, and a few other things to look out for here, hopefully in the coming days as well, in terms of some other future changes and fixes. Obviously, as the days go by, we are seeing more and more updates and changes announced and revealed for BO6 and Warzone. And if you want to make sure you are in the know for all of the things that are going on right now, be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on those post notifications on your way out. And if you enjoyed this video, a like rating is always seriously appreciated as well. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.